Hello everybody, happy Saturday. Dustin Starr here, live with a reaction for episode 115. So much going on. Had an awesome night last night in West Carroll at the high school, Atwood, Tennessee. Unbelievable card, unbelievable crowd. And the week before that was Strayhorn High School for the band. Last night was for the football team. Just really good stuff. And then today's episode I thought was one of the best ones that we've ever put out there. And then tomorrow we're gearing up for Memphis Wrestling Goes Extreme. What's up, everybody? Robert says, hello, Memphis Monsters. What's up? Michael Wade is here. Big Dan in the house. I know Big Dan loves seeing that Munford Pharmacy logo in the center of the wrestling ring there at the WrestleCenter. So let me tell you, while you guys are coming in and saying hello, go ahead and put your questions and your comments about the episode, what's your favorite parts and stuff like that, and we'll talk about it. What's up, Michael? Oh, yeah. What's up, Ben? He says, what's up, Dustin? Another great one today. Oh, yeah. Man, Colton Cage gave a big oh, yeah, and tomorrow is going to be oh, yeah at the WrestleCenter, 12:30 VIP, 1:45 bell time. We are going extreme with Tommy Dreamer, and PCO is not human. Now, let me tell you, the Posse, and we'll talk about them in a minute, have destroyed the WrestleCenter in the past, right? Literally destroyed it. Mike Anthony has dove off the top of the camera tower. Boom. I mean, we've seen all sorts of stuff. So only imagine what PCO is going to do, especially when you add Tommy Dreamer into the mix somewhere in there. So Memphis Wrestling is going extreme, and we are going to be sold out, ladies and gentlemen. There are only a couple of general admission tickets left. Go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Use the code word EXTREME at checkout, and you're going to save $5 off those tickets. General admission is $10, and then you save $5? Are you kidding me? It's going to be an awesome deal, and that's going down tomorrow live at the WrestleCenter. Steve, what's going on? Big Dan says, what's up with the Posse video? I said we'll talk about the Posse in a minute. Let's talk about them right now. They're hanging up the spikes. A lot of those pictures were from their personal collection. Myself was included there with Outlaw Don Bass, Lil Chris, back then Lil Chris, and Simon, of course. And so that's our trainer, man. Don Bass, we lost him just a couple of years back, and we sure wish that he was here today, because he would be extremely proud. But yeah, it looks like the Posse, after a long career, very, very successful. You know, a lot of the wrestlers that you're seeing feel like that this is their final run. You know, we see Austin Lane, and he kind of talks about it in his promos and everything, that these guys are not going to be able to wrestle forever. Unfortunately, we didn't have this TV program 15 years ago or 10 years ago. So the final run for the Posse, you know, love them or not, and they've been some real nasty dudes. But the body of work that they put together in the 2 years they were here, I think, is a really good final run. And so you've seen the videos time after time, and so it does look like they say they're hanging up the spikes. You literally hear them say that. So stay tuned to see what happens with the Posse. But yeah, Big Dan, I know that hit you in the heart, because you used to go to the ring with them from time to time back in the day. Steve says, great show other than the troll. Well, hey, there was only one, and it was 100% said, yes, I am ready. Willie says, I pray that Curvy, Cassandra Golden, and Mackenzie Morgan get their revenge on Nix. Okay, all right, Willie, we get it. Michael says, May 19th, my hometown gets franchised just like Memphis. Oh, well, go check him out and tell him that you watched him on Memphis. Ben says, I believe it's beyond personal between MKZ and Nix. Yeah, if you go to Mackenzie Morgan's social media, and especially if you rewind back a couple of weeks, you can see that they were very, very tight. And we would even see them training together from time to time at the WrestleCenter. And so it was a big, big shock to have Nix turn her back. You know, and it is every woman for themselves in matches like that. But with a steel chair, just way too much. And then you see the attitude from Nix. It was all a plan from the get-go. What's up, Ray Mel? How are you? Brad says, I'm furious, Big Dustin. I've been meeting with attorneys all week. No one will take my case in discrimination and bullying against Memphis Wrestling for having my head shaved. This isn't fair. Oh my gosh, Brad. I can't wait to see that bald, shiny head of yours. Oh yeah. Actually, I think Brad is scheduled to be on Memphis Wrestling next week, so maybe we'll get the first peek at that bald head. I know it didn't grow back that fast. Also, you'll be able to see Brad tomorrow live at the WrestleCenter You can get the tickets. I'm telling you, it's going to sell out. We are really, really close. ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. All right, Rob says PCO and Tommy retire the possums, worth double the price of admission. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Willie says Jezebel Jennifer versus DDT. Now cleanse the Hollywood Clique. The Hollywood Clique is falling apart at the seams. We're literally seeing it. Colton Cage's victory today over his former partner and stablemate and friend Van Vicious now ensures that tomorrow, live at the WrestleCenter, I've been waiting to say this, Colton Cage goes one-on-one in a match with Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock. That takes place tomorrow, and for those of you out of town, you'll be able to see it right here on this channel in just a couple of weeks. Tomorrow's television taping is absolutely loaded. Let me tell you, Mike Anthony going one-on-one with Aaron Roberts, the problem child, in a kendo stick match. I don't know if you follow us on social media, but you could see the welts all over Mike Anthony's back after what happened last week when Aaron attacked Mike with the kendo stick. And also, it's scheduled, signed, sealed, and it's going to be delivered. K Toomer one-on-one with Maurice the Strong in a tables match. So that's all going down tomorrow. You can get your tickets at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. And like I said, you can save $5 per ticket with the code word EXTREME. And we will be selling out, folks. So don't get them at the door. Make sure you get them in advance. Calvin says, I wish the Smellsworth would cease to exist. Well, we're getting close, it looks like. Well, at least I thought we were. Baldy Bradley, yep. Crybaby Stinkerhorn, that's for you, Brad. No posse, don't hang it up. You're our Road Warriors. Well, Road Warriors had to hang it up at some point, too. Great show this week, says Rob, except the Smellsworth kick. Yeah. Michael says, quit crying, Brad. Steve says, Brad should have been on today to show off his new do. I totally agree, but we couldn't get the little weasel in the studio. But next week, he is scheduled. Just wait. Ray says, posse shouldn't hang it up. Look at what they've done, and they can continue to do. Come on, man. One of our featured tag teams in Memphis Wrestling. I mean, they stir up a whole lot of trouble, but man, we don't want to see them go, do we? Ashhole, none loses. I refuse to cheer for DDT. Colton versus Jimmy, I can't wait. Willie says Brad's going to look like he could be Lex Luthor's twin. Ben says, what can you expect when Colton finally gets his hands on Jimmy? Well, we're going to find out for sure. Rob says he called Ashhole's number twice. Okay, so Reverend Ash Taylor has this hotline. It's the Righteous Hotline, and it's actually free, even though he's always trying to get into people's pockets, right? So you need to call it and leave a voicemail. And I know you actually, I'm not even going to tell you to be clean, because we can bleep it. But you got to make sure we can put it on television, because what we'll do is we will share your voicemails with the Reverend on television. So that's going to be hilarious. So you have to go back and get the phone number. I don't know it off the top of my head, but you've got to call that number. It is hilarious. Posse will definitely leave a void behind. They were forced to be reckoned with the past year. Strong run to end things on. Yes, we do have to be realistic that although we are working on our third year of Memphis Wrestling, episode 115, and things are going great, athletes still retire. AEW, Ring of Honor, and UWN entertain me. Well, thank you, Robert. We really appreciate being on that list. Ashhole Enterprise is nauseating. New tag team Gun Show and Lane coming. I don't see Gun Show. I mean, he's still got K Toomer's back. Some of you guys think he's turning over to the bad side. I'm surprised Brad's manager let him text from the Waffle House. Michael says, no, the Posse was part of the first episode of Memphis Wrestling that I watched. They were there very, very day one. Ashhole Taylor Hotline is BS, says Willie. Ben says, today's big day with King Charles' coronation and the Kentucky Derby. Well, we are going to be at Dave & Buster's, Ben, because it's our next free watch party. It's WWE Backlash. You can watch with us. I'm going to come out there, probably have 1 or 2 beers, and then head home. We got a big TV taping tomorrow. We were out late last night because we were in West Carroll, had a huge crowd. I believe we probably had 500 or 600 people there. Raised a lot of money for the football team. So busy, but I'm still going to make it by Dave & Buster's. Let's see here. Bald Brad needs to have a number to call. Nikki was especially hot from the new do. Nikki Lane with a new do. So she shows up, whatever the new do, but she shows up and she calls out Austin Lane, her husband. And when he snubs her, just kind of like he snubbed me, well, at least he talked to her. Still snubbed me, but she's calling Jerry Lynn. Just wait till we see what happens next week. Does Nikki Lane get in touch with Jerry Lynn? And if so, what happens? I believe the gun show is turning heel, says Michael. I don't think that would ever happen. Willie says Nikki is nice. Food at Dave & Buster's. Can't wait to have food at Dave & Buster's. Robert says, Dustin, did you see Firm Deletion on Rampage? I did not see Firm Deletion on Rampage. We were in West Carroll. Try, guys. Well, I've told you a lot of stuff today, and I really appreciate you guys supporting Memphis Wrestling and this channel. So if you missed today's episode, go back and check it out. And then also tune in tomorrow right here at noon and again at 1 o'clock. It's 2 hours of brand new wrestling from the United Wrestling Network. So Championship Wrestling presented by Car Shield at noon tomorrow. And then Derby City Wrestling out of Louisville at 1 p.m. Central Time right here tomorrow. And they're also live chat. So if you guys like to chat with each other while you watch wrestling, tune in tomorrow. Rob says Austin is Bob Backlund phase towards the end of his career. Well, he is not letting go very easily. Bo says, hey, Dustin, who smells worse between Smellsworth and Stinkerhorn? It's not even close. I hate to say that because the Stinkerhorns really do have this aroma to them that is terrible. But Smellsworth, he takes the cake. Any chance we may see the Hardy Boys in Memphis Wrestling? Well, if Matt Hardy would return my text. Those guys are super busy. I've been in touch with many talent from AEW and with the Ring of Honor tapings, and then the AEW tapings, and then also, believe it or not, NWA tapings are kind of interfering with some of our booking. Indirectly, I mean, because we would love to have some of those talents in. But yeah, next time you see Matt and Jeff, tell them to come to Memphis. Steve says, thank you for all your work, Dustin. I really appreciate it. Willie says, food at Dave & Buster's is awesome. I totally agree. I can't wait to have it. Rob says, Colton and Jimmy in a deletion match. All right. Ray says, Derby City is awesome. Yes, I really like Derby City. And just wait. The United Wrestling Network is cooking up more stuff. You're going to see more changes in Memphis Wrestling as well, like good changes and stuff. So just stay tuned with us. We are getting better and better, giving our 100% all. Big Dan says, I'll be at Dave & Buster tonight and the WrestleCenter tomorrow for the live TV tapings. We can't wait. Hey, Big Dan, bring your A game because it's going to get wild. Willie says, I can't wait for Championship Wrestling and Derby City Wrestling makes my Sunday afternoons. Well, we appreciate that. Rob says, Stinkerhorn's part-time jobs is cleaning porta potties. DCW. Ben, I will see you later tonight, my friend. Every week tops the last somehow. Well, I appreciate that, Rob. You guys take a look at Rollin' Into Mempho, the Memphis Wrestling podcast. It's coming up right here on this channel. Might actually be available right now. All the matches are available for you. All the episodes are available absolutely free in full. And I will tell you one more time that tomorrow, Memphis Wrestling goes extreme with Tommy Dreamer and PCO. Very few tickets remain. I would highly recommend getting them in advance. Like I said, if you use the code word EXTREME at checkout, you'll save $5. General admission is all that's left. That's $10. So by using that code, you will get in for $5, but only if you get them in advance. See you tomorrow at UWN and Derby City Wrestling. And I'll see all the fans tomorrow live at the WrestleCenter when Memphis Wrestling goes extreme. I am Dustin Starr. Oh yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody.